Hello, hello, citizens and UEMC members. Rockseeker here, your host for the series on mining, actually series eventually mining when 3.0 comes out, and we hope there's going to be mining. At least that's what we're being told. In the meantime, I'm just guiding you around Yella. So when I left you the last time, we were here next to this cluster, next to this reactor core sparking lightning. So next we should go actually see Big Benny Henge, because we're actually not that far. Big Benny Henge, if we go and look at the map for a minute. Here, let me bring up the map. So we're actually, you can see here in the lower right where the reactor core is at coordinate 073-5, and just a bit to your left, more toward the inside of the asteroid belt, that's where we have a Big Benny Henge at 113-1. So that's where we're gonna go. So let's go back to the streaming view here, and okay, so here we go. So let's turn around, let's get our bearing as to where we are. Let's align ourselves with the belt. Here we go. Let's find Yella. Where's Yella? Where's Yella? Where's Yella? Okay, so we're actually upside down. As you see, we have the bright side on the left, should be on the right. Here we go, much better. So the Big Benny Henge should be around in that direction. So that's where we're gonna go. Here we go. So I'm gonna keep you with me. Here I'm not gonna skip because we're actually not that far from it. So why not? So let's go here. The reason I'm turning a bit around is the Big Benny Henge going to be right in line with this next cluster of asteroids that we see here. You can see it. I'm going to point to it here. Here's this one. From there, right in line with, let's go there first. I'll show you. So from here, if you point toward Yella, you'll end up where Big Benny Henge is. So if I go back to the map for a second, here you see that's where you see the cluster I'm talking about. It's right in line with where Big Benny Henge is, and here around 113-1. So okay, so let's go back to here, the game. I'll go there, show you. Something that's going on, whatever. Sometimes the ship, the big ship talks. Just like to remind you that it's a Vandal ship that's been forced into a human ship. Or actually, not this one. It's a replica from Hesperia, but still similar technology. So, oh, maybe something I could show you. You guys probably don't know that. There's not that many people that know it. But all of those asteroids all have one axis of freedom. They basically all rotate on themselves along one axis. So let's get closer. And actually, aside from the cluster, any one of them, you can crash in them and you will just bounce. So let's go. I'm going at 600. Let's aim to this big one. I'm going to go right into it and you'll see basically harmless. So here we go. Watch out. No, nothing to be afraid of. And boom. Bing, bing. Nothing happens. Basically, they're, as I said, they're harmless. So you're just rubbing against them. And why it makes this weird sound, that's actually because they're rotating on themselves and the ships end up rubbing against them. So once you get close, you'll see that they're rotating. So they don't rotate all at the same speed. Some of them are rotating very slowly, like this one. I just happened to stumble across one that rotates very slowly. But let's look around. I'm sure we can find one that's rotating much faster. Let's look here in this batch, and if we stand still, we should see one that rotates a bit faster than the other ones. Let's see. Maybe that one at the top here is rotating a bit faster. Okay, let's go see that. Let's go see around. Let's go see here. Usually it's the small ones tends to rotate faster. So let's see that. I even have a small animated GIF that I did about some rotating. So let's see if some of those here. It's just because I want to show you that we don't see one rotating that fast. Come on. Let's find one that rotates. They usually rotate on themselves in about 1 to 2 minutes. So they rotate faster, but it's still not. I mean, they're not spinning. So, but over time, they do rotate on themselves. Let's see if I can find one that does it. Here, let's go see this batch here. And after that, I promise we'll go see Big Benny Edge. Okay. So let me pause this while I look for one, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about.